It's time to dad.
Buenos días, buenas noches, buenas tardes. No sé qué hora está mirando su programa, pero aquí estamos en el nuevo podcast Time to Dad. Estoy con el hombre Nicolás, el hombre José over here, el Jason y el Josué. Aquí estamos todos preparados a hacer un nuevo podcast. No sé de qué más estamos hablando hoy, pero mi nombre es Alex. Bienvenido. Esperemos que escuchen este podcast y les guste lo que estamos hablando hoy.
Yes.
That's a really good point. I agree with everything he just said.
Amen.
So
Go!
You
We're gonna
guys,
have like 10 people turn this on,
And they're
and
like,
they're gonna
oh,
change
fuck me.
Wait, this isn't time to dad.
Like,
Takes
This is time to learn
Who's
Spanish because I don't know what the fuck you just
I
said.
don't know.
it takes 4 seconds to lose a sale. And
yes,
we
100%. We lost it. We lost the sale. We're done. Yeah. Hey guys, I haven't done a podcast with Josh, and I know we've been talking for a bit before we started recording, but man, it's good to be back. It's good to catch up with you guys. It's good to have this moment amongst other dads, literal internet strangers, and man, is it?
We're not
I'm glad to be
strangers
here.
anymore.
Well, I know
Dude,
we're
I
not
Alex,
feel
strangers.
like I know you guys.
Yeah. I
That's
know,
also
right?
true.
Like,
we do have to have a meetup somewhere in between all of us.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Just
We'll
saying.
do a 2024.
Have a-
I would like to plan one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm going
we
to
have
California
no
for a
each other.
tattoo. So if you guys want to do it there, that'd be cool.
Fuck no, not in
oh,
California.
nice.
Oh, that's close to Josh. That's all the way across the country.
California's
for the
not
rest
close to
of it.
Josh. I'm like
Yeah,
right in the
so-
middle, man.
Wait, where's Josh?
Well,
Yeah,
you're
Josh-
closer than we are.
I'm in Texas.
Oh yeah, you're in the middle.
Yeah, I'm in
you're in the best place. You're in the middle of everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
Midwest somewhere.
So, yeah, I'm in the Metroplex, man. I'm over by the Stockyards. If you know where that's
Yeah,
at.
No idea.
I'm picking a place.
You don't know where the
Yeah, I'm
Stockyards is?
Wait, where are you picking,
I'm
Joe?
over,
I'm
where?
picking Texas. If we're choosing anywhere that all of us live, I'm going to Texas.
Come on. I got a
vote
bet. I got.
don't talk to me, Jameson. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Who's
If
James?
Oh man,
Oh, you froze.
oh man,
Oh, man.
oh,
down.
we lost. Man down, man down.
Oh,
that's gonna mess up the screens. Nick's angry.
oh God. What's happening? No, it didn't mess up the screen.
No.
Wait, did we lose him?
Yeah,
I
he
think so.
gone.
I never knew Alex could speak full Spanish like that.
Oh,
That was-
hold on. He's
No,
trying to
I
come
thought it
back.
was-
You trying to come back?
He's coming back. Bum, 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 bum. Is he coming back really though?
Alex.
On
You there, buddy?
Ironically,
Hey.
Hey.
Joe, on Alex's Spanish podcast, they watch this and they say they didn't know Alex could speak English like that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sneaky. I love.
That's
Me and my
fucking
wife
funny.
love traveling abroad and just getting confused by locals. So
All right, let's all go to Europe.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, dude, do not tempt me on that because I've got there's a tour that I've been wanting to do. Are y'all familiar with the Band of Brothers? Like the
Band of
101st
Brothers, yeah,
Easy
yep,
Company?
yep.
So they have a tour the Stephen Ambrose Foundation puts on. Starts in Toccoa, Georgia. You go to top of Mount Currahee, come back down. Then you go over to Normandy. You go over to Curratan, and you follow their whole way through their whole
Wow.
tour
Pretty
all the way
sweet.
up to the Eagle's Nest.
I bet
That's
that
pretty
costs
sweet.
pretty penny.
I think the top tour is like $12,000 a person.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. Though.
That's
I would
scary.
love to.
I would totally do. I'm a history nut, so
My dad,
I figured out our meeting point.
let's
Oh,
go.
okay.
Okay. Yeah,
What are we
yeah.
talking
yeah.
about? Joe,
Toccoa, Georgia.
you're too quiet. Say something about finance. Help us out.
Well,
Nah.
12 grand. We were just talking about 12 grand to go to Normandy and do that. Take that and put it in a Roth IRA. That's what we were just saying, Josh, right? And that's very-
Fuck history. Save your money.
Joe, I'm setting up my 401k. I'm 33 days late at my new job, so I'm gonna need you to come set that up with me and distribute, because I do have I did this. I decided to play like Monday morning investor guy when I wasn't working at one point, and I'm listening to the audiobooks about index funds and IRAs versus 401k, and I was like, I'm playing with the money at that point, and so now I got the IRA, I have a 401k from my last job, and then this 401k from the next job, and I mean, it really has nothing to do with the money. I'm just pissed because I have the IRA and the 401k on a Fidelity app from my last job, or from just like playing around, and now this new job. Like my last 2 jobs, I could just handle it through the Fidelity app, and now this place has a different fucking app, and I'm just like I don't know if I need to just bail on this IRA shit. But I mean, I got IRA over there. I got a 529. You know,
you can merge them later. You just
I don't want to merge them. I want to. I want that
invested that I'm aware of.
I want these fuckers to come to Fidelity so I can
got some backdoor tricks for you.
You're just not happy with the inconvenience of having to track things in separate places.
2 apps, Alex. Dose.
I don't agree with you.
You probably got 10 times that many apps on your phone, though.
Yeah.
Not for 401k.
I hate that shit.
I had a little section. I had an investment section, 401k, all in one app. I had my IRA, I had the 529, and I had my work 401k. And it was a good app. I mean, good apps matter. If you think about I know, I don't know if I've plugged this, but I do sell a certain brand of cars. I sell Hyundais, and honestly, like those cars, mechanically, they suck, but they have amazing technology. They have apps and safety shit that works the way it should work, and that allows us. It doesn't matter, Alex. The average person that comes into my store in my city area they're more concerned that car has Apple CarPlay than that it has an engine at all. They don't they could care less. And my app works
as a guy who works on them. It's like, why do people buy Hyundais?
I just told you.
So terrible.
Because people preach reliability, and if you don't do your research, if you don't look at consumer reports, then you're like, oh, it must be fucking reliable.
Yeah.
No.
But you talk to mechanics, read the consumer reports. It's fucking terrible.
I give people a warranty on their transmission for 150,000 miles. They don't care if it breaks, and it probably will. And I'll probably replace that
150,000. That's solid.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's why Hyundai exists. That and the technology. So
yeah, I worked at Hyundai briefly, and the amount of engine replacements that was done in a single week was shocking.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's wild. It's insane. But man, the CarPlay and talking into the getting that thing to text.
I don't want CarPlay.
I mean, I tell it to go to 429 Mason Street, and it's perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Do that in a Toyota car. I dare you. It's gonna take you wherever the fuck. Like I sold Toyotas.
I hate my wife's Toyota.
Their apps suck. The car will drive.
It's an overpriced car, and you get 0 fucking features unless you buy the top 2 tiers.
Boom shakalaka. I'm giving you that shit on the base model.
Don't they last so long, Toyotas?
They do have a good resale value, and they run well, but you don't get shit for what you pay for.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Honda.
Value, right?
I mean, for what you pay for a base model Toyota, you could get a top tier Hyundai. Fucking Nissan, Hyundai for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I like Toyota.
I don't know. I know what my wife spent on her hybrid RAV4, and
this is one reason why one, I like old cars, and 2, I like Hondas, because Honda changed their body style every 3 years, so you can get a used Honda that's older body style, and the prices came down on it because the body style changed.
Everybody does that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone does
the shape of the side view mirrors.
Yeah, or some bull crap like that.
Because the rear bumper, extra light,
the tail light.
It's called the facelift, mid-life facelift.
But now with the tech, it actually it's like your phone. Like you could keep your. I mean, you can have an old car.
See, I don't know.
You do.
Call me old school. It's gotten to the point now to where I would rather just buy a cell phone mount and just put it there. Oh, look, because the cell phone screens now are so massive.
I like the hands-free Bluetooth shit, but I don't need to fucking view every app. I don't need to see a text message on screen. I don't need all that shit.
You don't have to worry about that.
But I do like to hit a button and say call mom or call wife, and it does it. But that's all I need. I don't need any of the other shit.
You just say hey Siri, call mom, and
but then I gotta pick my phone up out of the console or some shit. You know what I mean?
Not
I
in
could
my
live without
piece of
it.
crap,
It's a creature
Korean
comfort.
car. You don't.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't talk to anyone when I'm driving. I listen to my music and don't answer calls because that's my
Actually,
zen time.
The
Well, shit.
fair point. Chevy, bold strategy that is failing them miserably. They did.
Chevy.
Oh,
Was making cars. Yeah.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you something.
well,
New
that was
Chevy or old Chevy?
mistake number one. No,
New
old
Chevy.
Chevy.
Unless it's a diesel.
So
It depends on the diesel engine. Don't get me started on that.
their bold strategy was, we're going to take out the only thing that everybody wants in the car, which is the Apple CarPlay. And their reasoning was, I mean, honestly, it was because they wanted to come out with some app and force you to use it. But their reasoning was that it's dangerous for the driver to have Apple CarPlay. And
they didn't want to pay the
causing
premium
accidents.
Apple wants
Whatever.
to do the integration.
See, now we're getting into the nitty gritty.
That's why
they're
a lot of
floundering.
third-party shit doesn't support a iPhone. It's because they have ridiculous licensing fees, crippling licensing fees for some companies.
Yeah.
But that's their
Was there-
brand. They want shit that works. They want to know it's tried and true, and they want these companies to pay that premium to make sure that they're also selling a premium product.
Yeah.
That's why I like Apple. I mean, if you buy something that says it works with Apple, it's 9 times out of 10 it's a good product. Occasionally there is some knockoff shit that works, quote unquote, with iPhone. But holy shit, I have to reel us back in. That's a whole nother episode
we're
topic.
gonna
I know, yeah.
So fast.
Okay,
we
we'll talk
took
cars
last
the
week
other
off.
night.
Did
We took last week off. We did some family holiday stuff, guys. So sorry we missed you for that. We thought about it, and then the group consensus was, you know what, we deserve a week off, so we did the family thing. But how was you guys' Christmas, New Year's, all that shenanigans? Any crazy awesome stuff?
It was great, man. Friggin' so we did chill this year with the kids and gifts, but my in-laws went way overboard. Like my wife.
Well, you were traveling too, weren't you?
Yeah. So we traveled for Thanksgiving. We went on a cruise and came back, and then we were running around, and then Christmas Eve we drove to East Texas and spent the day out in East Texas all day. But unfortunately, it rained, and also a bunch of the cousins were sick, so my kids were the only kids there. But so they went splashed out in the mud, and because we brought pajamas from the change into, I was like, "Go have fun. I don't give a crap. Just go splash out in the mud." We had fun. I made a big ass turkey.
Nice.
Brined it, injected it with some garlic butter and Cosmos Dirty Bird, and I also smoked some cream cheese with some Texas sugar on it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that
you posted that in chat, and somebody was like, "What the fuck, smoking cheese? What?"
Smoking cream cheese, man. You score it and then put Texas sugar on top, and I served that and the turkey with a jalapeno peach jelly.
Dude, that sounds so good.
And that shit was bomb diggity. How about y'all?
Definitely cook at my Christmas next year. That'd be fun.
I just zone out.
I'm just
zone out
Josh's house this year.
Listening to Josh talk about food. I get like in a zone every episode. He gets into it, and he's saying things that I don't even understand. I've never seen or eaten, but it just sounds
delicious.
So good. He
you get that Pavlovian look that just comes over you, Jason. You're just drilling it.
That is the best part about traveling and going different places. It's just different foods that you're introduced to. I love it.
It was funny you mentioned stomping in the mud, because I had an ultra dad moment, or at least in my mind it was, because I think I went to go get my aunt like a bottle of wine, because she hosted like the Christmas Eve family party, and we're walking into the grocery store. It's pissing rain. It's like 35 degrees, and my kid looks at me. He's like, "I want to go jump in the puddles," and I was like, fuck, like. Damn it. And I looked down, he had his little dragon rain boots on, and I was just like, you know what, go for it. So we spent 10 minutes of him running around the parking lot finding the big puddles, and he jumped in them. Dude. And we went in Kroger, and he's like soaking wet, and he's like, I'm freezing. So I'm like trying to give him my pullover to like wrap up. It was fucking hilarious. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I bet I friggin' made his day when I was
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
like a beautiful
have
core
fun.
memory right there, dude.
So-
Exactly what I was about to say, Alex. Core memory right there, dude.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He just looked at me with the baby blues, and I was like, I can't tell him.
Let him
no.
play, man. Let him play.
So,
I mean,
it
that's
was
what we do here
whatever.
in Texas. Like during the summertime, we get those thunderstorms. As long as there's no lightning, I'll let kids go out and they'll go out in their underwear and just run, just play in the
man.
backyard.
That's what I
Let 'em
did as a
go.
kid. I'd
Yeah.
sit in a friggin' puddle on the warm asphalt. It was like a mini hot tub,
Oh yeah,
and I'd just splash, fucking get muddy as hell. Those are the weird things you don't remember them till you do.
oh
You're
yeah,
like, man, that was a good friggin' day of shenanigans.
oh yeah, man. So
But other than that, I mean, we did the Christmas Eve party. We did Christmas morning. We obviously had to open gifts from Santa, so we spent a little bit of the morning here, and then we went over to my mom's in the later morning because we always take all the grandkids over there to see her. And so we did like a Christmas with her, and then we went out to Roanoke, which is like 3 hours away in the mountains from us, to see my wife's side of the family, and we spent New Year's Eve and New Year's Day with them. So
Nice.
it was relaxing, minus the drive into the mountains, but it was good. Our daughter couldn't make it here for Christmas like we had hoped, so
oh bummer.
that was a big part of going. Yeah, she's in Roanoke though, so when we went up there, we got to do Christmas with her because
that's good.
Emerson
That's good.
was super friggin' upset that she couldn't make it. I guess she works in the like fast food industry at a Chipotle, and they fucked the schedule all up. So, but we got to see her for New Year's Day and New Year's Eve, so that was all good.
Oh, that's good.
It goes quick, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
Holidays.
it's super quick.
it does.
Super quick.
Yeah. We just
And I'm back at work this week.
Yeah, I know, right?
This has been the most awkward work week of my life. I'm like, it's Tuesday, but it feels like it's Monday, and
Yeah,
everybody's been late for friggin' meetings because they're just all thrown off by the holidays. It's been a shit show. Of the week.
holiday hangover.
Yeah.
If that's what
Well, it
they
really
say.
does. It puts you in that mode where you don't want to work, but you know you have to get back
Yeah.
to work, but you feel like everybody else is not working, so you really don't want to work. And
That was terrible.
Yeah, that's what.
we did Christmas Eve. We did at the in-laws. We actually did. Santa came a day early to us, so he came Christmas Eve morning, and then
Mexican
Mexican Christmas. Yeah. So we call it a Polish Christmas at my in-laws' house since they speak Polish.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
They're
they're
Polish. That's cool.
I am 0% Polish. But
Oh,
I
no,
did create
but your in-laws.
that's 50%. Yes. So yes, my wife's 100% Polish. Her family's from Poland, moved here, everything like that. So Christmas there is Polish. That's always cool, talking about different foods and things like that. So
Pierogies.
So like what? What kind of food?
I did have smoked cheese actually the first. It wasn't smoked cream cheese with Texas sugar on it, but they do smoked cheese up in the mountains in Poland. That was the first time I ever had that. It was like
that.
It was like a real.
That's like a cold smoke, right? That's cold smoke at like a real low temp, right?
I don't know. There was like goats over here, and then there was like a fire over there.
You're asking too many questions.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Josh, what do you
I'm
know
a foodie.
about cold smoking? Can you tell us about?
So cold
All
smoking
right.
is smoking under the melting point of cheese. Okay, because most time we have to use like freeze cheese or get it really, really cold, but it's under the melting point of room temperature cheese. So
Yeah.
What is cold?
Usually
I
helps
don't
it
get
feel
what
like
cold
ice.
smoke is. It's just like really far from the heat source.
yeah, it is. It's really far from the
It's not
heat source.
actually cold. Just
That's
like your puddle.
It's not actually
Just
cold.
like your
it's
puddle
cold.
hot tub wasn't
Yeah.
actually hot. It just felt
Yeah.
like
Right.
that's why I was confused because I was like, I think the cheese was hot when I ate it, but it's not
Okay.
long enough. It's cold, so.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh
They did-
shit!
they did
Sorry,
do
I'm a
jelly.
foodie.
They did do like
So,
a raspberry jelly spread on it.
Speaking of food
Oh,
for the
man.
holidays, but not this is shitty food, by the way. But the center of our office, we have this kind of like I don't know what the fuck to call it. It's like a networking table. It's a long like slab of walnut that's like I don't know, maybe 2.5 feet wide and like 8 foot long. But people have been bringing all their like all the shit the neighbors bring you, like the weird ass fucking Fruit Loaf or whatever, or the nasty ass ginger snaps that your neighbor brings you. People have just been bringing like the shit they don't want to eat in and putting it on the table, and we've all just been playing guinea pig all week. Like, let me try these like hazelnut ginger chocolate coated pretzel shaped things, and it's all very fucking terrible. So it's kind of like navigating like a landmine field. You want to, you're like, which one of these does not sound the worst? And somebody will try one and be like, no, don't fucking eat that. But that whole table
like
is just
northern
full
thing,
of shit. Like your neighbors don't bring you like a little holiday, like cookies or nothing. Oh,
everything we get's homemade, dude.
all neighbors must hate you then.
Yeah, I don't talk to my neighbors.
It's because we have the light show this year. Everybody's bringing us shit.
It was actually pretty cool. So my wife and I, we moved in to our new house that we live in now, like in the middle of COVID, right? It was March. We literally closed March 31st of 2020 on that house.
Nice.
And we so like we had our neighbors, and like everybody was like still afraid to like be any closer to you, so you're like waving, and my one neighbor's like, we wanted to bring you cookies, but we didn't know if you wanted to touch the pan and this and that.
And we wiped it down with a Clorox wipe.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly. So my other neighbor that lives across the street, he's an awesome guy. It was like 10:30 at night one night. Me and my wife, Amanda, were just sitting in the living room watching TV. We barely have anything set up. It's just like white walls and stuff in there. And we were watching TV. I guess we had one little light on that he could see through the window across the street. Exactly. Yeah. And he comes. All of a sudden, we hear a knock at like 10:30 at night. We're like, "Who the fuck is knocking at 10:30 at night?" And then we open the door, and there's nobody at the street. And he's like 20 feet away, like yelling, "Hey guys, it's your neighbor. I just put a bottle of wine on your step," and there was wipes on top of it, like Clorox wipes on top of the bottle.
Damn.
Right over. But it was so funny. He's like, "I didn't want to touch it. There's a wipe right there. You can grab the wipe, just in case." And that was actually
that was such a fucking awkward time. That like first 3 or 4 months where shit really hit the fan in the U.S. with like coronavirus and all that bullshit. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, before all the studies came out and they really started trying to like figure out what the fuck it was, like I'd go to the grocery store with fucking gloves on, and I'd come home. Dude, I'd come in the house and I'd wipe down the doorknobs because you didn't fucking know, right? There was literally zero information. There was zero information other than you might fucking die. That's all you knew.
Actually, I kind of liked it. Actually, I love that time. Here's why. I would go. Not only that, but I would go straight to the store after I got off shift at the hospital. Not a fucking person would come in 20 feet of me
I did enjoy that.
At the grocery store, because they see me in scrubs and they're like, "He works at the hospital. I don't want to be
He's
near."
Got all the germy germs.
I loved it. I loved it, man.
You know how much free smoked cheese you could have got there and that? You just walk out the store. I don't even say anything.
Yeah. What, you want me to check out? Come get me. No? Okay.
I was still in and out of hospitals during the peak of all that bullshit, and so like I had major respect for all the nurses and doctors that were still working, but we had to go in and out of there, and we went in and out of construction sites on hospital, and I mean I didn't get it till well after like the peak of shit had happened.
I got it 3.5 years later.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, I didn't get it till I had kids.
I got it. I got it, but I didn't know I had it until I donated blood.
Everything.
Fucking kids.
What?
Yeah, I had it, and I didn't know that I had it until I donated blood.
Oh,
I had my usual like bronchitis type stuff I get in January, when the weather changes here, and I went to donate blood. I think like that February or March, and they tested me like, "Oh, you got the antibodies. Have you been sick?" I was like, "No. I mean, I had a cough back in January, but that's it." Well, you got the antibodies.
With his elbows over there.
I think
you making copies accidentally.
No, I got it on the computer.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
That's definitely good.
And Alex left.
It's going to die on you. Oh no, we're going to lose him.
That's funny. So yeah, coronavirus sucked. That was a weird.
Yeah,
it was funny. Your neighbors, your guys' neighbors, they don't bring you random shit for Christmas.
No, usually they bring us like either homemade stuff or stuff that's really good. Like
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But sometimes you get like a random ass pack of fucking, like I said, a chocolate covered gingerbread, which tastes like absolute doo doo. And you're like, thanks. And then we're like, well, what the fuck do we get them?
So I live within 5 to 10 miles of a Buc-ee's, and that's where everyone does their Christmas shopping at for gifts. If you've never been to a Buc-ee's,
dude, I want to go so bad.
Oh my god,
we did a white elephant gift exchange, and I won them. The Secret Santa I got the gifts from was a transplant from Texas, and he had just been back home. So his little gift pack was all Buc-ee's shit. It was like Buc-ee's socks. It was some beaver nuggets, and it was like Buc-ee's little thermos mug. I was like,
I don't even know what that is. Jason, do you know what Buc-ee's is? Do you have that by
It's not here.
Okay.
So Virginia's getting 2 in the next 2 years.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So,
but I think that's the furthest north they've gone so far.
I think they're putting one. Because there's one in Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia now.
Yeah, they're still below the old Mason-Dixon there.
Yeah. So Buc-ee's is a large gas station. It's about the size of a truck driver gas station, except for
like a Flying J.
Trucks are not a lot.
You probably have Flying J
like
around there, Joe.
And for more upscale, the bathrooms are immaculate. They have a person that does nothing but clean the bathrooms all day long. That's all they do. There's always someone there cleaning the bathrooms.
That's awesome.
You come out of a stall, they go in behind you and they clean it.
Wow.
Like, I'm dead fucking serious. Mm-hmm. The food is amazing. The barbecue is actually good. Like,
dude,
this
you can buy a brisket at the Buc-ee's gas station.
And they make beef jerky there. They have this Texas Philly burrito. It's friggin' delicious.
They have like a full deli there too.
Yeah, full deli. You can go in and buy a Cajun stuffed chicken to cook, ready to cook. Like, you just throw it on the grill and you're good to go.
Such an anomaly of a place.
You can walk in there butt ass naked and walk out fully clothed with food. I'm dead serious. That's what it's like. And no one would blink an eye. No one would blink an eye.
Is that personal experience?
So like a super Walmart, but a gas station, but not as big?
No, it's bigger.
No, it's about this. It's probably bigger.
Okay.
Dude, take like a Costco.
Someone pull it up, or Joe. Look.
It's not only bigger; it holds the record for the largest gas station in the world in Sevierville, Tennessee. Largest gas station in the world.
Dude, they have like hundreds of pumps at these.
And the gas is so. I remember reading a thing on them. So the owner of Buc-ee's is actually an Aggie. That's why I know, because Gigamax. I'm an Aggie too. They only make like a penny off of each gallon of gas.
That's every gas station.
But it's right. So, but where they make their money is inside, because everyone's like, oh, the bathrooms are clean. Let's go in here. It's nice clean. Everything's marked up a few extra bucks, but you don't mind paying because it's so nice and so clean in there. And they do have unique like gift shop area, that stuff you only find at Buc-ee's.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really cool. And it's actually good stuff. And actually, you heard me talk about the Texas sugar. Nick, you might want to look at your Buc-ee's the next time.
Well, it's not open yet. It's coming.
It's not open.
2024.
So Meat Church, who makes the Texas sugar.
I follow them on Facebook.
Yes, Matt Pittman. He's actually from down here in Texas. He's about an hour away from me. Nice guy. They have an exclusive deal with Buc-ee's, where Buc-ee's is the only gas station that can carry his rubs, his barbecue rubs.
Fun fact: the Sevierville, Tennessee location has more pumps than it took for this entire podcast worth of dads to become dads enough to have this podcast.
God.
Can I tell you something, Jason?
I waited 5 minutes to tell that joke. Sorry.
Oh, man. They're actually building.
So they're building
a new one here.
What did he say?
They're building another one here in Texas. I forget where, but it's actually going to be bigger than the one in Tennessee. So they're building another one. They're building them all down the corridors. It's really smart.
Yeah. Ours is okay. A construction firm around here can build a 1-story 70,000 square foot hospital in under a year. But this Buc-ee's is taking 2+ years to build.
Yeah.
Wow.
The gas tanks are massive.
Yeah.
Like the underground gas tanks. Most of that parking lot sits on the gas tanks because the gas tanks are so massive.
Yeah,
Isn't that like a gas station?
It's like a 3 mile island waiting to happen.
Yeah.
It's fucking
if it ever
awesome.
blows.
Brisket. That's all I'm thinking about. I screw the gas. I want the brisket now.
Dude, the brisket's actually pretty legit.
That's what my buddy. I haven't tried any of their like meats. I haven't even been into one. I've just know what he's told me and what I've read about it. But he's like, it is fucking legit.
If you told somebody from New York, I ate brisket from a gas station, they would look at you like, what the F is wrong with you?
That's New York,
that is
though.
like cardinal rule. You do not do that type of stuff at gas stations in New York.
You don't get sushi either.
In Texas, that's normal. Most of your good barbecue joints start out in gas stations.
Yeah.
Here. That's completely normal here.
Well, they all drive trucks, so they're at the gas station a lot. They're not efficient.
Yeah, I mean, they're pulling the pits.
What if it's a hybrid, though?
In the parking lot.
Hybrid trucks don't do shit. It's like it gives them like 2 extra miles per gallon. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I've been looking at the Tundra, and I'm like, why do I want to pay $40,000 for the hybrid package
per gallon, baby,
to get 2 more miles a gallon in a fucking truck?
Hey, don't forget that electric torque, okay?
Okay, the torque is nice,
but
God. Still, every time I accidentally hit the gas too hard, I'm like, well, there goes a quarter of your tuition. Just went out the tailpipe. Sorry about it.
Is there a difference between a gas station and a truck stop? Because isn't there like that world's largest truck stop in Iowa on Route 80, like that just like claims to be the world's largest truck? Like that's their thing.
Well, so like with the truck stops, they actually have showers there for the truckers. They have rooms that they can sit in and watch movies, and actually the truck stops also have where when they back their trucks in, they can hook up the cable and watch cable in their trucks.
So
there's all kinds.
A truck stop can be a gas station, but a gas station doesn't have to be a truck.
Exactly.
Stop.
Have you driven through? Where is it? I think it's in Maryland. Along the highway where they have instead of like having to take an exit and go into a gas station or a truck stop or whatever the fuck you're trying to get to, they're in the middle of the highway. They have these like, it's like a mini mall. Like you go into it and there's like a food court. There's like an electronics store if you need charger. They got fucking everything. I'll have to look up where it is, but I think it's in Maryland where a couple of them are. But
I think that's pretty common over in England, actually, because I remember seeing that on
that's
Top
where
Gear.
they got the idea from.
It's like on the M4, right? It's the M4.
But instead of
it's like right in the median.
Instead of getting off the,
I feel like you know everything, a little bit about everything, like in all different freaking states and countries. I'm like, I didn't know what the hell's going on in England.
Josh is a researcher.
I don't, dude. I go down these rabbit holes, dude. I'm serious. Like I'll start researching something, I'll search it to the end of the internet. I'm like Quagmire when he finds the end of the internet. You know,
giggity.
Like I have no idea what goes on in England, except that they like soccer, they drink tea,
they fight a lot.
I just found out
they like their beer.
They do like their beer, but they do a friggin' awesome New Year's.
They really?
They do like you know how like New York City and stuff, and wherever does like 4th of July, crazy fireworks and stuff. They do that for New Year's. We were watching it with my son because we did like the New Year's at like 7:00, you know. And he was like super excited, had his little apple cider that I think he's like cracked out on in like 10 seconds because he never drank sugar. He started yelling at me to give him more. And I was like, I've never seen him yell like that before. He was trying to grab the bottle from me. I was like, holy crap. Like this kid is addicted to apple cider already. Like within 10
Speaking of fireworks, you want to hear some fucked up shit?
Go for it.
Always.
11:59 p.m. Christmas Eve. Somebody like had to be a mile from our house. Started shooting off the loudest motherfucking fireworks I have ever heard. And my wife and I at that point are like, you know, getting things ready for Christmas. And I'm like, holy shit, that is going to wake our son up. And all of a sudden, the Ring app started blowing up with people being like, what the fuck are those loud booms? And the neighborhood app started blowing up. And it went on for like a solid half hour. Wow. And I was like, holy shit, this is going to wake my kid up. And people were losing their minds because it did wake up a couple people's kids that were closer to it.
Well, Nick, I don't think those fireworks. I think those anti-aircraft guns from NORAD trying to shoot down Santa.
This is not Israel, okay? We don't have the Iron Dome. But yeah, they like the loud. I mean, it sounded like we were sitting next to like a commercial fireworks like display on 4th of July. It was shaking the house, shaking the storm windows. What in the dude? They had the biggest fucking mortars. I don't know. You don't even buy those at south of the border around here. I don't know where they got them, but it was crazy fucking loud.
And that's like those are like the people that you never want to wish harm, but if he lost the pinky, he deserved it.
Dude, it got to the point. My wife walked outside and she was like, I can see where they're coming from. Like, I was about to go over there and be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not trying to rain on anybody's holiday parade, but who the fuck shoots fireworks off at midnight?
That's an intentional drunk person just saying, hey,
yeah, let's piss off the fucking neighbors. Yeah, exactly. In my 38 years of life, coming up on 38, I've never heard anyone blasting off fireworks at midnight.
No, I mean, not on Christmas Eve.
Not on Christmas Eve. Hell no.
No. That's just a douche move. That's all that is.
He must have been celebrating Hanukkah a few days before.
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Apparently, the cops show up. I don't know if they like dealt with it, or what they did, but like 40 something posts within like 5 minutes on the Ring app of people being like, "What the fuck?"
What do you guys do for New Year's? Right, you guys all ages. Have you had your kids? When was the time they stayed up till 12? When did you let them do that?
No,
my son. No,
I'm still not doing that yet.
So we were up in Roanoke in a hotel room, and he was like, dude, he stayed up till 1:30, but he was like taking care of your like drunk best buddy after a solid party. Dude, he was so tired and just running on pure sugar from being at grandma's that we had 2 queen beds because the plan was Jen and I would have one and he would have his own to himself. And he ended up in the bed with me and Jen was in the other bed. And first he's fucking jumping from bed to bed because that's fucking awesome, right? Okay. Can't really fault him for doing that. But then, so the ball finally dropped and he's wide the fuck awake. So I'm like, all right, maybe if we play some Nintendo Switch, turn the lights down, he'll get tired. Nope. Still fucking awake a half hour after that. And he's just like talking 90 miles an hour about the most random shit to the point of where I'm so tired. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell you're saying anymore, kid. But he didn't finally doze off and start snoring until about 1:30 in the friggin' morning. And I was like, holy shit, and after that, like when we got back home, cause I didn't go back to work till Tuesday. It was a shit show. It threw his whole schedule off. His sleep schedule was jacked up. And I was like, damn, terrible decision, but there was no getting him to go to sleep. I mean, we turned all the lights off in the room prior to the ball dropping. He didn't give a shit. He's still jumping from bed to bed, like having a blast. He was excited to be in a hotel because that's like, he loves riding elevators. So we got back to our hotel at like 10 o'clock, I think, that night. And we get in the elevator and he was already bouncing off the walls. And I was like, oh shit, this is going to be a long night. And it was. But that's what we did.
That's God bless you for pulling that out that long.
Yeah,
we got we tried to get them down at like 7:30, 8.
My kids are out. My kids are out by 8 p.m. It had to be 8. My wife was off her phone at 10. And I think she turned over like around 11 something. She's like, "Happy New Year, baby," and I said, "Happy New Year, my love," and that was it. I'm the only one that stayed up past midnight on my phone just watching YouTube videos. I think I can't remember, but everybody was out.
Welcome to being a parent.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it.
Us, man, like 7, we found what was YouTube 2024 countdowns for kids, and it's a dance party with like the Avengers and all that.
Oh, that
so at
awesome.
7 o'clock, I think 7 or 8 o'clock, we kicked that off. But of course, we always do like, it's always a big thing. Around 5 o'clock, we'll have a bunch of orders out for like the kids. So it's like big old bites and pizza bites and all kinds of snacks. And we play. They got to switch for Christmas.
Rolls.
Yeah, Totino pizza rolls, man.
Foods.
Yeah.
And we did that, and then they got a Switch for Christmas, so we busted out all the Switch games that we got them. Mario
Was it
Kart.
The OLED version?
No, we did not. Actually, they had a heck of a deal.
I didn't even know that existed.
So they actually had a heck of a deal on the old version, dude. Like, if you got the old version, you got Mario Kart 8 for like the whole package for like $299.
Nice.
So yeah, so I landed that deal. I got one of the last ones in our area, so I was like, thank God. But they were playing that and just having a blast, and they're like, "Oh, it's time to do the countdown." And so we started that, and then once it was over, it's like, "All right, bedtime," and they all went to bed like that. They were worn out.
Wow.
And then my wife fell asleep with them. I was the only one up at midnight, and that's only because I was up watching one of my car shows. So
I thought that was going to go somewhere else, Josh.
Barbie.
Well, it involved.
We all know what you guys were talking about in the Facebook chat earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I did just.
So there's robots. I'm not
keep it
like
PG.
I don't want to. Well, this is not PG at all. But I stumbled upon this. I stumbled upon this knowledge. No, but that's an option for dads out there. I'm like straight up. I went down the rabbit hole, the Josh style, and I'm not.
Oh no!
I'm not investing $4,000 in a sex robot. I'm not going to do it. I'm happily.
$3,000.
That's pretty reasonable for a sex robot.
If your two apps could combine, you would think about it,
right?
Because then you could access all that money together.
If I'm single dad, if I'm in like single dad, which is crushing and breaking my heart and everything, if that happens to me, like I don't have to deal with women for a measly $4,000, and I'm just that single dads out there listening here, that I stumbled upon that information. We're in a different age, boys. Different age.
I don't know.
These are robots.
Multipass.
No, they got Skynet written all over it. Plus, also, I always like to go by what my dad used to always tell me. If it's got engine, tits, or tires, you're going to have nothing but problems out of it. And a mechanical sex robot has 2 out of 3 of those. Okay.
Oh wow.
So I mean,
just wait, Josh. People with those stuck on them are going to start coming into the ER.
Oh, I can. I've already seen the. I've already had the where it's the mechanical ones for like the guys supposed to simulate a blowjob.
Yeah,
I already had one of those.
This podcast going.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. Dads need to hear this before they make a risky purchase off TV.
Yes.
So for our listeners, anyone who doesn't know, I work in the medical field, and I've worked in emergency medicine for 20 years now.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've seen some interesting stuff. We'll have another podcast about all those stories at another time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got some stories I've told these guys off the air, and it's like,
I follow.
Can we tell that on the air?
There's an Asian guy on Facebook that does a lot of reels and videos. There's an Asian guy on Facebook that does a lot of reels and videos, and it's basically like him reenacting like the stupid shit people do in the ER and stuff.
Yeah.
Or the emergency room. Yeah. And
I
absolutely
think I know who you're
hilarious.
talking about.
I can't think of it. He's got the big like black frame glasses.
Yeah, in his shirt, it's like motherfucker or something like that. It's like his catchphrase.
Yeah,
like
I can't remember.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude, he's so funny, and it's like, yep, I've seen that. Yep, seen that. Yep, seen that.
120 pumps at Buc-ee's, by the way.
120.
Only 120.
There's only
I'm
30. There's only 30 diesel pumps at Iowa 80.
Oh well, you might have to wait.
Well, I'm feeling very inferior now because I don't think I could ever do 120 pumps.
Next
honestly, it makes the joke way less.
He's going to be down the rabbit hole for the next week or so, and he's going to facts of Buc-ee's. Did you know in 1952 they first
Oh,
tried.
my God.
Buc-ee's was not around in 1952.
Actually, I think the very first one.
Oh, my God.
let me
False.
look.
False.
Shit.
1982.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, was it 82?
All right, wherever the
just-
fuck we meet up, it's gonna be for a trivia night because Josh just pulls these facts out of his ass
No.
so fast.
Gosh, you remind me of my friend Sean. So there's two of my good friends growing up. They're both in the Carolinas now, but Sean and my buddy Scott, and me and my buddy Scott, we were not the smartest in school, as you could say. And our buddy Sean, he would just, whatever, we would be talking about something, he would say something, yeah, Sean, Sean. So,
Sean.
Ian. But he would say something, and he would just spit a
It's a
fact out
soft
there.
H.
And every time he would say it, we were just like, how the hell does he know it? And then like years later, we were like, you know what? He could just make whatever shit he wants up. And he knows we don't know the answer.
Oh my God.
Everybody has one of those friends.
Yeah, and everybody we're like, how does he know this? And then we just caught on. He just says whatever he wants. He knows we don't know it, so we think he knows it. He's just making this shit up all these years. You know, like,
But you can't get away with that now because you got the, you got
Yeah,
your
people
phone.
are like, hold on,
right?
let me fact check that shit real
I'm
quick.
calling your bullshit. I'm gonna check that out.
that's why he moved to
Very
Carolinas, because he couldn't make those two.
That's fucking
Josh,
Find
where was the first Buc-ee's founded in 1982?
That I do not know, but I have seen a picture of it.
Oklahoma.
Ooh.
No. It's in. We know where it is, Josh.
It's
We
in
know what
College
state.
Station.
No,
It's in Texas.
I've never heard of this. It was founded in Clute, Texas.
Clute, Texas.
Clute.
Yep, I know where Clute's at.
Clute.
It's a
Where the
very
fuck's
small
Clute?
town.
Is it right by Flute?
Clute.
It's right between Skin and Flute.
You got to say like 120 pumps. Yep.
That's somebody's record, 120 bucks.
120 pumps.
I complimented all of you with that horrible joke at that point.
Oh.
120 pumps.
We'll
My
get
word.
it
Jason
again.
is the gift that keeps
We'll
on
get it
giving.
eventually. I did. I got it, and I said I felt very
This
inferior.
video's totally
okay?
getting
'Cause I was-
flagged by YouTube.
Please
Like,
don't.
all right, we got
Let's-
sex dolls,
let's clean it
up.
condoms,
Come
skin
from
clean it up,
food.
boys.
Happy holidays, sex dolls.
Hey!
No, just-
Get your money right.
New
Hope
Year
Santa
filthy
brought you
pod.
something
That's what this is.
special.
Oh, and
Happy
don't
New
buy
Year,
a
you
sex
filthy
robot.
animal.
And if you do, it's
2023
only
we
4
didn't have as
grand.
many viewers, so we tried to change it up in 2024. That's it.
Mhm.
All right, this
We
is where
went
the real-
more
the real
raunchy for
dinners come out.
2024. Yeah,
Dad's podcast, uncensored, after dark.
Yes, that
Yeah.
would be better.
that's what we need. Every other week, we need to do a
Dad's After Dark.
uncensored episode.
The pod
Oh,
after
dude.
the pod after the pod with the music.
Oh,
That's
Actually,
awesome. This seems like a
Well, I'll
great
It's
have to
funny.
change the intro to some porno music intro.
yeah, like some horrible,
Well, Bill
like some
Bill
horrible
Maher
like
does that.
1970s porn.
Bill Maher does that. He's got like a live stream. after
Everybody will
they
have
film
Ron
his live
Jeremy
show.
for their background.
Oh,
It'll
really?
be fine.
Oh.
It'll be fine.
So, there's a Star Wars podcast that I listen to that does that. So it's like they do the podcast and then they have like
The pod after pod.
like Return of the Pod or After the Pod, and they do that, and it's like they're all drunk and they're just it's funny.
Howard Stern has they have a wrap up show that goes on after their show
Fucking
on
Howard
like
Stern. I didn't understand it like when I watched it when I was younger, but now I watch it and I'm like, oh, this is pretty funny at times.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
cared for Howard Stern, but I definitely like long form like radio talk
Mm.
radio or like podcasts. But I never got into that guy.
well, I mean,
Until
if you
you
listen
join
to
Time to Dad.
I think if you hop in, which is the problem with like a Howard Stern, like if you're hopping in for 7 minutes, which is how long the average person listens to the radio or anything in a car, you're probably just going to be like,
Analytics
go-
guy over here.
go- come at me, Joe. No. So if you're jumping into Howard Stern for 7 minutes, you're just going to hear like vulgar nonsense or something
Mhm.
stupid about like
Yeah.
poop or you know,
Or tits.
something offensive. Oh, tits,
Yeah.
you'd be lucky, but yeah, like pissing your pants or something horrible. But if you were to listen to that like in context, it's very relevant and
See,
funny.
that's
because
Time to Dad in a nutshell.
Well, see,
Yeah,
and
we're
now
getting
that
it
you
together.
told us Well, and now that you told us that fact, Jason, that most people only listen to the radio for about 7 minutes. I immediately cut to that scene from Private Parts where he's got the girl over the bass drum and he's just going the whole time. If you cut in for that 7 minutes and that's all you heard, you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, and his voice was way more annoying back then.
Yeah, it was way higher pitched.
Had like crazy, effects and stuff. Now he was just using cheap 80s microphones, putting it on tape. So yeah.
Fun fact: radio reaches 89% of adults 18 plus, and the average adult spends 7 hours and 40 minutes a week listening to radio.
You're not wrong.
Wow. So question about that. So is that just AM FM radio, or does that include the radio being streamed now?
So this one doesn't
AM FM. Okay.
Yeah, this one doesn't say podcast. Oh, I clicked something. So
well, I was just thinking like it was talking about like radio stations, like AM FM radio stations that also broadcast over the web. So I was like, I wonder if that's included in that too, or
I don't know, or an app. There's a lot of FM stations,
or an app too. Yeah. I would think it would be because I mean that's technically.
Time to Dad app one day.
Video killed the radio star.
Then we can make a good one that Jason would like.
Video killed the radio.
Yeah, I like that.
I was gonna say though, the Fidelity app is pretty good, but
solid.
Wow, this took a quick turn.
Us, please. We need help.
Blue
and here comes the profanity from Jason.
Blue Link by Hyundai has won awards year over year. Very good app. Best in cars. Okay, Blue Link by Hyundai. Check that app out. But yeah,
I don't own a Hyundai though.
I hate Hyundai.
What will it do for me?
I can't guarantee that your app will do anything for you if you don't own a Hyundai.
I mean, we do want a Palisade. All jokes aside.
All right. Well, for our reunion, you can come see me. I'll get you a nice deal on a Palisade.
As long as interest rates aren't still at fucking 8% for premium.
Oh,
credit.
not on Hyundais, not in Korea, my friend. We got. Oh, 0%.
We're going to Korea now. Okay.
No.
Let's go to Korea.
Korea
is
funding it. Oh, okay.
The nonsense.
I heard North Korea is a lot of fun. I've heard it's a ton of fun.
Yeah. You didn't hear that from South Korea, which is where Hyundai is located.
I heard it's a mystery box of fun.
Who just did the cricket sound? You bastard.
Josh.
That's awesome. Jason, can you do Subarus or Kias or not?
I have access to over 2,600 used vehicles, Joe. I can help you out with that. But
all right,
but if you want a brand new,
if
you want a brand new car, I do sell Hyundais. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Jason, with that being said, could we possibly borrow some of the Hyundai cars, us guys in the podcast, and reenact that scene from Days of Thunder, to where they have the rental cars and they're just ramming each other all down the beach and all down the highway?
Definitely.
That's going to be a big.
Can we arrange that? Can we test the safety of the vehicles?
As long as we get the insurance, right?
Somebody get Randy Jackson to say that's going to be a no from me, dog. Yeah.
Just talking about whoopsies.
You're talking about like an Elantra from 2010 or earlier. We could do that.
Let's
That's
do
fine.
it.
We had car trouble. What was that? I think it was the radiator.
I would be so down. Let's get rid of the airbags so we can just have a full party.
I don't trust Hyundai airbags. I like my head where it is.
So there was a disc jockey here in Dallas.
Toyota just had a big fucking airbag recall.
That's right. Right.
Huge. It was like it's basically like driving around with a Claymore fucking 2 feet from your face. Is how bad those airbags apparently are. They were a product of the coronavirus era. What'd you say?
See, a Hyundai engine might blow up, but that airbag is gonna work.
Claymore's not good for anybody.
No.
So speaking of airbags and those Claymores, I had a call once. I was working as a medic on the ambulance, and we showed up, and this girl has been in a wreck, and she hit a tree or something like that. I didn't think she hit the tree all that hard, but I look inside her, and she's just cut up. Her face is cut up. I see the roof of the car's cut up, and then I realized what she did. She had hot glued gemstones to her steering wheel.
Bedazzled it
with like
made a Claymore.
Yeah, it was the stones that were supposed to cleanse her car.
Cleanse their face.
They cleansed her face.
Yeah. So just
My wife
Yeah,
has
yeah.
a fucking her Toyota logo on her steering wheel. It's a Grogu. Do you guys know who Grogu is?
Oh, yeah.
If not, I'm
Baby
closing
Yoda.
the podcast
Yep,
right
yep,
now.
Baby
Yeah.
Yoda.
So it's like a baby
Just let me look it
Yoda.
up.
But I was turning her car to park it one day, and my sleeve caught the edge of it and ripped it off. And it's like,
Wow.
it's stiff fucking plastic. And I'm like, do you realize if your airbag ever deployed, this thing would jettison itself through your forehead?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, no, it's
Oh, yeah.
fine. Everybody in the Toyota group uses them. I'm like, okay, fucking awesome. Well, you know, everybody's not jumping off a, oh, we lost Alex. Everybody's
No,
not
we lost
jumping
Alex.
off
Oh, there he is.
a cliff
I'm here. I'm still here.
because one guy did it.
How did you do that, Alex?
My
Move
phone
up to a
told
different
me.
spot?
Magic.
My phone told me that I had low power, so I told my phone to shut up, and that's why I disappeared. Now I'm
Shut
back.
up, phone. That's funny. God damn it. I have the
Oh.
sniffles. My kid, yeah, we were talking about, that's the last thing we can talk about. Fucking kids bringing colds home.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Jason,
man.
you're fighting shit right now. I think.
just got a sinus infection.
Yeah,
There's
my kid brings
nothing interesting about Grogu. I'm
brings
gonna leave that
something
alone.
home every 2 weeks,
Don't
like
start,
clockwork,
Jason.
man. My kid brings something home, and he'll start with a sniffle and a cough, and then I'll get it. My wife will get it. Dog starts pooping on the floor randomly.
Oh, no.
Who knows? But it's like,
I think I
It's
didn't
fucking
realize. I didn't realize, and I mean, I think a topic that we wanted to maybe broach was, what do you do with the kids in the house this time of year? Like, how do you control it, if at all, the sickness going back and forth and all around? And I can remember you talk about COVID. My wife had COVID, and we were living in the house now. We had just bought it. She tested positive for COVID, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm out. So I moved to the basement, like straight up moved. Like I just went to the basement, and I would go to the bathroom with, like, armed. I'd have the N95, the
wow.
wipes, the whole thing. Like I just shut my wife off, and I did
catch
that
you on the
that
flip side.
I did that antibody test, Josh, and I did not get COVID. Like I was in the same bed with her up to the
Wow.
point when she tested positive, and as
we've
soon
been the
as I
same.
flipped that switch.
Yeah.
So, but now once with kids, I mean, so the moral of the story is I'm a germaphobe. I don't want
Kids
to
are
get
fucking
sick.
licking their fingers and touching you. Your wife's not
And-
doing any of that. That's why you get it from
No.
kids.
Usually
more
with
frequently.
kids.
Well, she's
I mean, she
doing
might be,
other
but
things.
I don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I thought I had a great immune system until a kid sneezed in my eyeball, you know?
Oh,
Oh. That's better than pooping in your eyeball. You don't want the old
Oh,
pink
dude.
I've
one.
had my kids
Well-
sneeze in my face so many times, and I hate it.
Well,
Oh,
at least you have
God.
glasses,
Dude.
so at least it hits the glasses, you know.
Yeah, but my mouth and
Splash
my
guards.
nose and
My wife-
Emerson
Not
comes
good.
home with shit, and initially I was like, "Oh man, we gotta get him to play with shit in his room away from us." And now I'm just like, whatever, man. Like, you want to sit beside me on the couch and snuggle and sneeze in my face and cough, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I
I'm
think if
just
your
like,
kid's
I
just
don't give a fuck
sick,
anymore.
Like, what are you gonna do if your kid's sick? You know, it's
Nothing.
Yeah, and
just-
that's the thing. Like,
I-
You're not gonna understand if you did.
if your
Like,
if your spouse
Yeah.
gets sick, you can say, all right, like, go the hell up to the bedroom, get
Yeah.
some rest. But when your toddler or a younger kid gets sick, there's no,
No,
that's not an option.
I remember, like, my son was not. He was not in the beginning. He's still not the total, like, the most cuddliest kid yet. You know, and our first
Just you
year,
wait.
he never cuddled ever, and he got sick. And now they said it was Coxsackie. It definitely was not Coxsackie, and ended up being, we think, COVID.
What the hell is that? I've never even heard of
sock.
Josh, tell me about
Is this a
cocksucking.
special sock?
that.
You have a Kawasaki disease?
Hand
I have one of those under the bed.
Kawasaki KZ50.
Cocksock. I've never heard of that.
Have you heard of hand, feet, mouth?
Oh,
yeah.
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 Same thing.
Yeah.
Coxsackie's like the
Oh,
scary term.
fucking New York.
Yeah.
Okay, shit. I've never
I thought it
heard
was
that
a
term.
special sock you were using for stuff, Joe. I thought
Yes.
that's what you're.
Yeah,
Yes,
because you couldn't afford that robot.
I couldn't
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
like that.
You need
Yeah.
to get your Roth
Dick
IRA
munching
in
robot.
check and invest
That
in
way-
your future, Joe.
Yeah.
2024. We're gonna
$4,000 robot. You don't have to use that
No.
sock no more.
no more cocksaki.
So-
No more.
So Time to Dad listeners, we are fundraising for a 2024 Robot E2 version, please.
We're gonna need about 5 or 6, so you guys
No.
really need to help donate.
It's the Mamma Jamma 5000.
Yes, we're
gonna
We will
live-
have our
We're gonna
we will have our
Alex
Kickstarter up.
studio.
Gonna live stream
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to start a Kickstarter for it.
And we're gonna,
We put a Briggs and Stratton engine on that bitch and just pull start it.
Ooh.
Alex, forget
What about the
vending
fumes?
machine. You just gotta get
What
one
about
of
the
those,
fumes though?
and guys come.
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Alex, you're gonna have a robot room at the men's club, right?
No, absolutely not. The less
There's
fluids,
no drugs or alcohol involved in that.
the less bodily fluids that I see in that place, the better.
We don't have to see
It's
it.
gonna look like a Jackson Pollock painting. Anytime you take a black light in there.
I just like how we went to this conversation and we were just talking about my kid cuddling 38 seconds ago.
You say you called it cocksock, whatever.
You
Cuddle.
used to take a little
You're,
turn. You
you're
could
the
easily
one that
said
tried to get all
hand
fancy
foot
with
mouth.
it.
But instead, you're being like, oh,
Exactly.
cocksocky.
Cocksock, what the fuck is that?
I don't care
Oh,
what-
hand, foot,
Okay,
mouth?
when you
Yeah,
and your
we've all
wife do
heard of
in the
that.
bedroom is y'all unless y'all post on OnlyFans,
Well, I
okay?
was just letting you know that not all medical professionals are correct. And this PA we didn't get the doctor, was not right with the diagnosis. And that was
Wow.
the first time our son cuddled. And we were like, as sick as
Just
you
wait,
are,
man.
I know you feel like crap. It was the greatest thing ever. And
That is
we did not let go of him for 2 days, and it was amazing. Neither of us.
that is how we know our son is having like some sort of funkiness going on. Is he becomes the barnacle child.
Yeah.
Like he will cling to my wife like
Yeah.
life depends on it. Will not leave her side, just wants to snuggle. Other times he's like fucking pissed off and throwing toys or, doing his own thing. But when he gets super clingy and snuggly, we're like, oh shit, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't,
cocksocket.
cocksocket or whatever that hand, foot, mouth.
Fact check you.
I'm pretty sure that's how the child was conceived, was with cocksocky. I mean, just,
I'm going to
Yeah,
fact check you. Is that a real freaking
This
term?
time of year,
Yep.
This time of year, it's either cocksaki or COVID,
Or
One
sexual
the
or
other.
RSV.
Whatever you
or
can afford.
RSV.
RSV, flu,
Yeah.
the
Or the
herpes
Rona.
simply.
Actually, adults can get cocksocky too if you guys want to have a lot of fun.
I don't want it, Joe. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
So during COVID and post COVID in Dallas over here was the largest surge in STD cases.
Yeah,
in like
because
years.
people were
Makes sense.
bumping uglies.
yeah,
Everybody was
Yeah.
just driving their tank to the neighbor's house.
yeah, exactly. They were just
Mhm.
so just the herpetogonosis syphilis were just
120
going
pounds.
around.
120 pumps. Jason put
Yeah.
Oh,
you're lucky-
man.
if you're lucky,
Oh,
no,
you
if
guys
she's
are fired.
Or he.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the
whoever
views on this
swings that way.
episode. They might spike, and then we're gonna have to keep it on the dirty side for all future episodes.
Yeah, this is the
I
first
know, right?
dad pod uncensored that we're gonna have to freaking do.
There you go.
I'll put a disclaimer.
I'll be vulgar for a moment.
Please.
Oh, will you?
Admit just a moment, but I don't even know what dad group it is, but somebody posted, and I guess because the amount of times he commented throughout the thread, like he was just messing with people, but posted something to the effect of like, second day of the year and I lost. It's over. Like I don't know where to go from here. Like, and just left it at that. And everybody's like, what did you lose? Like, and then like the answer just becomes like the game, and it goes back and forth like, oh, he lost the game. At some point in that thread, as I followed it aimlessly, it turned into every other comment was something to the effect of that this person must have somehow been pegged by his
Oh
wife,
my god!
and that's how he lost.
Woo!
and all these dads were just going like ham on it. They're like, that's not a bad thing. And then this dad's like, no, he lost. And then the next dad's like, you know,
Dude,
knock it. So
you want
like it turned
you want a
into
good
something
laugh?
different.
Post in
Alex
any dad
thinks.
group how to spice it up in the bedroom, and that is like
Oh, yeah.
that is one of the top 10 suggestions of how to mix it up is to try out the P word. And I'm like, no sir, exit only. That will
I'm
not
okay
be
with that.
happening.
No, thanks. I'm good. Call me old school.
But
Call me.
But
an
God,
I think it was.
I think I'm
damn.
good.
All right.
It's-
I'm
I say- I
wrapping
think-
us
I think-
up. You shut up.
Oh, come on.
What
Okay,
is
one
this
more.
turning into, Nick? Oh,
One more.
Jason, come on.
I'm telling you,
No,
there's something.
120 pumps. You missed it.
I'm following it.
no, I was just fixing to say, like, do you remember
Fixin'.
Dave Attell?
That's
he
the
used
first
to
time
host
you've
some
ever said
Somniac.
fixin'. Go ahead.
Me? Fixing? What?
Yeah. I feel like it's
do
the
you
first time
remember
you've
Dave
said
Attell?
fixin'. Yes.
No, he could have all the fixins at
No,
Thanksgiving.
it's a different
That's
kind of
for sure.
fixin'.
Mhm.
But do you remember Dave Attell? He used to host Somniac on Comedy Central. He's a comedian.
I know who he is,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I don't know what that is.
So I remember one of his specialists, he was actually talking about that. And he goes, I already know that I wouldn't like it. And here's how I know. Because I had a horrible gardening accident as a child. And I sat on a cucumber. And I didn't like it. So therefore, I know I won't like the pegging.
That-
Done.
that
Listen,
was-
I'm going to tell you guys a dirty little secret, okay? It's between
Oh my
us
God.
guys, okay?
Uh-oh. Here we
Do I
go.
need
Here we
to
go.
cut you off?
No, you don't. So a few months ago, I had a dream, a very sexy dream.
Vivid dream.
A very sexy dream. I was with my wife, and there's another lady, not a friend, just a
Okay.
complete stranger. I only saw her in my imagination, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so much fun. And then next thing I know, like I lose track of my wife,
Oh,
and I'm
no.
60 pump.
no, so I lose track of my wife, and then I'm
She
like,
gave you 120 pumps.
I was talking to this girl in
Mhm.
bed, and I was getting ready to perform stuff. And then the next thing I know, I felt
Stuff.
what a very vivid feeling of something going up my, you know what? And I was like, yeah, man.
Your
I woke up
urethra.
immediately. Woke up immediately, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm into it, man. That was just a dream. And I
That's
don't
not
think
for
I'm
me. Oh my
It's like
God.
that,
No.
Do you already remember the
that
movie
was
with
your
the-
wife subconsciously. If you ever,
No.
if you
You
ever,
shut up. We're done with this topic.
Nick, take us home.
Okay. All right. Happy
Just
New
one time
Year.
at band camp.
Happy New
really
Year.
good way to wrap
yes,
it
this
up,
one time
though.
at band camp. Happy
You
New
better
Year,
wrap up if
guys.
you're gonna do that.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know if you like the raunchy episode or the more family friendly episode. I think this is the first one where we've gone down some weird rabbit
my
holes. We
God,
always
yeah.
go down rabbit holes.
We're going into
Um,
holes now? What?
Exactly.
Keep it coming, Josh.
But thanks for hanging out with us.
That's what she said.
Join the Facebook group, like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the antics on this episode, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Later,
Later,
we'll
guys.
see ya,
Y'all
but-
have a good
Smell you
New Year.
later. Drink water.
Watch out for the
kids.
robots.